What's up, all my internet friends? Hey guys, I wanted to thank you for joining me today. I'm Brian Meert, CEO of Advertisemint. We've got some great things to be able to discuss today in the world of Facebook advertising. That's right. So what I'm going to talk about today, I wanted to start with a recent report that came out by eMarketer. And this is actually fantastic because it means they were saying what is the average amount of time that people spend consuming mass media. And so then some of the numbers they said were 12 hours a day that the average US adult spends consuming mass media, which I thought was crazy because I was like, wait a minute, like that's half of the entire day. But this is any time that they're on these devices and using them. And so some of those hours broken down, they said print was about 25 minutes a day that people read or interact with a print. Radio, an hour to an hour and a half was kind of the range of what they were saying. TV, 4 hours a day on average. That's crazy. That's a lot of Netflix. That's a lot of TV shows. And then the winner was digital with 5 hours and 50 minutes. So almost 6 hours a day spent on digital devices. It was about 2 hours for desktop and about 3 hours and 15 minutes for mobile, which is just fascinating to see this kind of rise. People are using computers more, especially on mobile devices, which is how they're consuming content. So a great, again, upside for Facebook because they have dominated mobile so well, and they're doing such a great job of providing new, unique services that people can be able to use while they are working on or using their mobile phones. So that's great to be able to know. So if you guys are in Facebook advertising, you've got a nice long run ahead of you as Facebook continues to do a great job of helping users stay on mobile devices. Another update that came out was Facebook finally announced that they're now going to allow revenue creators to claim videos that have been stolen for them and get the revenue from them. And this has been a big problem for a while. It's often known as free booting or free boating or Tyrese Gibsoning, which is basically where you take someone else's video and you put it on your own fan page and then try to promote it out and get all the views under your page or your ads versus someone else's. So a lot of times it's hard for people to be able to monitor and track, and there's a lot of people that are very good at doing this. YouTube has a program in place where content creators can be able to go back and make a claim saying, no, that is my video that I created. Here's proof for it, and then you have the ability to get the revenue for it that you deserve if you're in a rev share partnership program with them. So anyway, it's a good step for Facebook. Definitely catching up to YouTube in terms of policies and procedures that help protect the people that are actually creating the content. Whereas Facebook has generally been a little weak in this area in terms of actually protecting content creators and making sure that people can't steal it across the board. So anyway, great news there. Next up, man, this was a big week. Snapchat came out with their first earnings report ever since they went public when they IPO'd a couple of months ago. And they announced a couple of things. One, their revenue was down about 10% from last quarter, and two, that their user growth was slowing. Now they tried to definitely spin it and say, here's the good reasons why. A couple of things can be just increased competition with Instagram. They said the revenue was down because of the holidays. It was up really high. In Q1, it's generally not as high as many people spending. But to some extent, the upsides out of this was that they are in the process of hiring a lot more engineers. So they're building out the technologies that they're going to need to be able to provide better solutions for advertisers. And then number two, they really are going full force with their ad platform and being able to allow people to create snap ads, geo filters, the different types of products that they're making available. So while their stock dropped about 20 to 25%, once this news came out, I do think that over the next period of time, a lot will happen with Snapchat as they continue to add more ad features to their business, which is great for you guys as you're advertising and looking to be able to grow on other platforms out there. Let's see. We also have news that Facebook has now made their vertical video format live across the entire platform. So for those of you that aren't aware, Facebook has been testing now. So you have 3 different formats with video that you can be able to put on Facebook. There's a traditional one that looks like, a letterbox or what you would see in a movie theater. You have a square video, which is a 1-to-1 ratio, and that allows you, it takes up a little bit more space on a mobile phone. And now they have video or vertical layouts, which are basically this video but turned this way, the size that you have. And so if you can format your video to be filmed in that direction, Facebook is now allowing you to be able to push that out across the board. And they've made it open to all users to be able to see it, as well as all advertisers to be able to make that placement. So a lot of times you see generally, better results with some of the vertical videos. I think simply because there's more imagery on the screen, but it's really up to you to test. If any of you have tested it, tell me what you think. Is it working? Is it not working? I'd love to get your comments and hear what you guys have to say. Facebook also announced that they're moving forward with the autoplay sound feature. So this is a big deal. Generally when you are, going through Facebook, the videos will play, but by default for everyone, they play with the sound off. And there's been a lot of discussion on, should it be sound on, should it be off? Personally, when I'm going to a web page and all of a sudden it starts blaring something out or I didn't see it coming, I'm not a huge fan of it. And especially when it comes to Facebook, I'd rather, choose the setting that I have. So Facebook has made the update, and they're saying they're going to start rolling this out to more users, coming out to where the sounds or movies in their news feed will now have, they'll now begin to play with the sound on. Now, if you have your volume all the way down, the videos will not play with sound on. So it's definitely something that, if you've got your phone muted or with the volume all the way down, Facebook's still going to respect you and be like, hey, you want your phone to be on silent right now. We're not going to start playing things. So yeah, good to know, but keep an eye out for it. And if you've seen it happen, if you haven't seen it happen, let me know or tell me kind of what the process has been below in the comments. And then let's see. I've got one final update that I want to talk about before I start answering any questions that you guys may have. So if you have any questions right now about Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, Snapchat advertising, go ahead and add them in. I just want to do a shout out to Mo. I know you're watching. You're a good-looking guy. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there to make sure that you know that. He already knows it too. He is a good-looking guy. But yeah, let me go on. So I've got Facebook has made another announcement in regards to people that have bad landing pages. So Google is traditionally, they implemented this a while ago, where it's not only the ad and it's not only the link of where you go, they now scan the landing page of where you're sending traffic, and they use that in the ranking of how the ad is able to be shown. This is very, very important. Google is looking to provide quality advertising. Facebook is looking to step up their game and do the exact same thing. So what does this mean? Facebook refers to it as low quality web page experience. Those are the terms that they're using. And a lot of times this can be from anything on the landing page that is disruptive in nature, possibly shocking, or that may have malicious intent to, right? Something that isn't factually based, trying to mislead consumers. And so they're now scanning for attributes of what they find commonly on other pages that are doing this. So as they grow their algorithm, as they continue to adapt this technology, what this means for you as an advertiser is you really need to make sure that the pages you're sending your consumers to or your traffic to are of high quality and that don't contain some of these, maybe cheesy techniques or things that may be misleading to consumers. Because if you do, you have the ability to potentially get penalized and your ads would not show as much. So that's just something that you need to be aware of. Facebook said that they're going to gradually be rolling out these changes over the next couple of months. So it's not necessarily something that is now coming in or going to be for sure, but it is something that they're looking to roll out slowly across the board and across all their advertisers. So that is good to know. Let's see, that's it for my updates on Facebook this week. If you guys have any questions, now's my little fun time where I go back and forth with anyone who's checking this out. If you guys are watching this video later and you have questions you want me to answer, leave them in the comments, and a lot of times we'll come back and we'll address those comments, answer them later on in other sessions or other live Q&A videos that we're doing. So let me see if there's any questions here that are showing up. Mauricia's here, thank you so much. Ann is here. There's a question, when, do you do live teachings or live sessions? When and where are they? How do they work? I do, from time to time, about once or twice a month, we'll do a live in-person trainings in the Los Angeles area. So these are events that anyone can be able to attend. I do them with General Assembly. So if you go to their website, you can search for my name, or you can search for Facebook Advertising Bootcamp. You'll a lot of times be able to find my classes, and it's awesome. If you haven't been to it, we have a great time. We laugh, we cry, we give away cash prizes to people in class who are paying attention. It's a really fun time. So let's see what else. Mo, thank you for being here. Joseph, my ads are getting a high negative feedback. Should I be worried? So this is actually a really, really good and important question. And we've worked with this on many different accounts. Negative feedback is, when it comes to relevance score, you obviously want to get as high as possible. The higher the relevance score, the lower Facebook's going to charge you to be able to run ads on Facebook. Now, if you're getting, what they do to judge high relevance score is, are people commenting? Are they giving reactions? Are they liking? Are they sharing the post? Are they watching the entire video? So the more that is happening, the higher your relevance score is going to go. Now, what can make a relevance score go down? One, people skimming over your ad. No, I don't want to watch this at all. It's not relevant to me. Number two, if someone takes the time and goes and clicks the little down arrow next to the ad and says, hide this ad for me, I don't want to see this ad ever again. Facebook looks at that as a strong indicator that you're doing something wrong or that people don't want to see your ad. There's also a secondary layer, which is you can actually go into why am I seeing this, and then you can say, I want to hide all ads from this advertiser forever. Facebook also ranks this even higher than just hide this ad in terms of, wow, people have taken the time out of their day to say, I never, ever want to see your ads again. So because this happens, this can have a really strong effect on lowering your relevance score and keeping it from really being high, as well as we've also seen accounts that a lot of times will be, much, much lower or not able to get the reach that they want because of a high negative feedback that they have attributed to their account. So anyway, that's a great question. Thank you so much. That's a great question. And that's kind of my advice on what to be able to do from there. Let me see if there's anything else. Any comments? All right. What's the most important insight you learned about Facebook advertising? Man, that's a good question. I think what I would say is you have the ability. Here, I know exactly what I would say. When you walk up to a random person on the street, if you walk up to them and show them a billboard and say, buy my product, buy my product, buy my product, that person is going to look at you like you're crazy. On Facebook, so many advertisers try to do that exact thing. They go up to people and say, hey, buy, and it just is awkward. People that have the ability to capture someone's attention, to make them smile, to ask them a question, to engage with them, and to get their feedback and their opinion, and to have it be a back and forth, are the people that see the best results on Facebook advertising. And so that's what I would say, hands down, across the board. If you have the ability to relate with the people you're trying to talk with, and to be able to build an emotional connection between you and what you're doing. I think that is probably the single biggest skill to be able to get you much, much further in the world of Facebook advertising. So there you go. That's it. Well, thank you guys so much. I'm going to finish up now and get back to work. Thank you for coming and attending. Again, if you guys, we go live twice a week. So you can like our fan page on Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel on YouTube, both of which you can go to our website, and you'll find at the bottom of our website, we've got links to all of them. But I want to thank you guys for attending, and I hope you have a fantastic day. All right, guys, talk to you later.